This is my informative speech. This is my audience. Child abuse and neglect. How many of you have children? Do you know that in 2012 the national percentage of child neglect alone was 78.39%? Not to mention the physical abuse rolling in at 18.3% and the sexual abuse at 9.3%. I don't know about you, but I just thought those percentages were absolutely outrageous. So I did some research and found that child abuse in our nation has taken a toll on the youth of our country, causing a lot of children harm as they grow into adulthood. Child abuse is a horrid rising crime. There are child abuse reports made every 10 seconds. More than 4 children die every day due to child abuse, and about 30% of abused children will later abuse their own children. Everybody count with me. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi. A report of child abuse was just made. In our nation, every 10 seconds there is a new report of child abuse. All 50 states in the U.S. has requirements for the mandatory reporting of child abuse and neglect, which contains the physical and mental demeanor of the child in which you believe is being abused. There is a full-blown step-by-step process that should be followed if you suspect abuse. The sad part is most identified reasons for not reporting is lack of knowledge and lack of familiarity with state reporting laws. So I believe people need to become more aware of the signs of abuse as well as the reporting process. The lack of knowing how to or when to report is the reason that 4 children die from abuse every day. Each day that passes, more than 4 children become a fatality due to child abuse. In 2001, 1,321 children died from abuse and neglect, which is absolutely heart-wrenching to me. The National Child Abuse and Neglect Data System reported that in 2001, 1.81 children per 100,000 in the population died from abuse or neglect. I know to some people that don't understand statistics wouldn't think that it is too serious, but that is 2 children per every 100,000 when there are billions of people in the world. 2 innocent lives taken because someone chose to harm them instead of love, cherish, and protect them. There are so many children that deaths are a result of child abuse, but then there are children that survive. Some of those children go on to continuing the horrid abuse. About 30% of the children who survive being abused and neglected continue the cycle by abusing and neglecting their own children. There have been many studies on the subject trying to determine who and why, but there isn't a definitive answer. Studies indicate that male victims generally will repeat the cycle of abuse, as opposed to female victims. Also, that male victims who have been abused by females have an even greater chance of becoming victimizers. Children being abused and neglected can cause them severe problems even as they go on with their lives. For some, the pain and suffering stops them from enjoying life, and others go on to have and live full lives, which is why it is so important to pay attention. The slightest clue could save a child. Child abuse reports are made every 10 seconds. More than 4 children die every day, and about 30% of abused children will continue the cycle. This is what a lot of children go through because of people not acting when they see the signs of abuse. Next time you suspect a child is in danger, keep in mind your own children, nieces, nephews, and all other children. What would you do to help them? Thank you.